Welcome to the No Life Experience Show. I'm Matthew Johnson, and today I got Dawson Dabrowski and Jake Nimitz. Behind the camera, we got Brendan Mansker. And today, we got a special guest, John Colson Schubert.
That's my boy! What's up? It's an honor.
Nice to meet you.
How are y'all?
Doing good, doing good. How
How are you? Pretty good, you know. Regular day in the life.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Well, we're
alright.
glad to have you on the show. So, Colson is a lifelong friend of ours. We all grew up playing baseball together, you know, just
Except Jake.
except Jake.
I played soccer, but I'm
Soccer
pretty sure
too.
I've known him the longest. So.
Yeah.
But
Me and Jake have known each other for a
He is a
long time.
lifelong friend. We're honored to have him on the show today. First question of the day for Colson. What would you say your favorite thing growing up was as a kid?
Baseball for sure. Well, actually, I don't know, because you know when you're growing up, it's like baseball is like
You don't really take sports
Yeah.
that seriously?
yeah, you were like, oh, I gotta go to practice, I gotta do this. But probably baseball, and then if not baseball, I gotta go with hanging out with Jake and Blake and all you guys going fishing and stuff like that.
That's just a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
going
good.
over to Landon Smith's house.
We went over there so much.
Oh, yeah.
That's facts.
Have any spots you like to hang out on with us?
You know, I like to go to Super Burger after baseball practice.
Is it Super Burger or?
It is actually called Super Burger.
It
There
is
are
called Super
a
Burger.
lot of different names,
A
but
lot of
it's
different Burger World. I've heard them all.
Burger Planet.
Nebula Burger?
I've never been.
You've never been?
It's a great burger spot.
Yeah, it's honestly great.
Burger spot.
They give you a really big one. You can get like 8 patties.
Is that why it's called Super Burger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
got
exactly right.
And so,
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, do you want to introduce your pet?
Yes. By the way, this is Bones. He's our pet bass. There's a really big shiner in here. He's trying to get. He's been trying to get it for a while. It's not really working out. I thought he was about to get him. That's why I got excited. Sorry about that.
so growing up, Colson and me and Matt, and sometimes Jake, I'm pretty sure, grew up fishing. So Colson, obviously, you have a pet bass. You know, really cool.
Obsessed with the
Um,
fishing, not the best.
What would you say your lifelong favorite fishing memory would be?
Really funny one. When I was fishing with Brennan in a tournament one time, actually. Freshman year, we had a high school bass team, and me and Brennan, obviously my dad took it very serious because he's a professional bass fisherman. So we go to this spot 30 minutes after tournament starts, and Brennan hooks a big one. I mean a big one on a buzzbait, 6+. And Brennan, I don't think understood really how buzzbaits work and how to really reel in and set the hook on a fish with a buzzbait.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of looked like he was crappie fishing out there. And he got it right to the boat and then just kind of choked real bad. And I've never heard my dad yell. It wasn't funny at the time, but we look back at it, it's hysterical.
It's one of those things where it's like frustrating at the time, and then when you look back, you're like, okay, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was really awesome. That was really funny. Besides that, one time I hooked Blake finger,
I remember that.
right through the finger. That's no good. It's never a fun time.
I haven't heard of
I
that.
remember that time with Carson. No, that was.
Wait, which one?
Whenever we were all golfing.
That's
Wanna
what I
tell
thought
that
you
story?
were talking about.
Want to tell that story?
So probably one of my best friends of all time. Like we've just always, throughout our years, we've always been close. It's Carson Trotter. And the first time he ever came to my house, we were in like kindergarten or something, and we were golfing outside. And he blames it on me to this day. I don't understand why. Because I'm golfing, right? I have my driver, and I'm like, "You ready?" He's like, "Yeah." So I go take my backswing, and lands right in his cranium. I mean, right there, right in the eyeball. So my mom had to call his mom and tell him that the kid he just started hanging out with for the first time just broke his skull with the golf club. So that was interesting. That was another interesting
Speaking
story.
of-
He had to get like 8 stitches in his eye, glass
I
everywhere.
remember that. That was
Yeah, that was
crazy.
pretty bad.
Speaking of injuries, you
Injuries.
yourself had a hunting mishap.
I'm very fond of injuries.
You wanna
Would you
throw
care to explain the hunting accident?
The whole thing.
Yes.
the whole thing, the whole story?
That year
It's up to
when
you.
it happened.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay it out for you. Opening weekend, deer season, right? I think it's October 5th. I think was the day. That morning we have 800 acres. Basically, let's say you have 800 acres. It's like a perfect square. I'm hunting right here. My dad's hunting up there. My dad was fixing a stand up there. And so he's like, hey, when you're done, make sure you come up there and help me fix up this new stand. I'm like, all right, yes, sir. That's fine. So I go hunt. It's like probably 10 o'clock. And,
At night or in the morning?
in the morning. It's a morning hunt. We're about to leave. We're leaving that day. So it's like 10 a.m. And I haven't seen anything. Haven't even seen a deer. All I've seen is like turkeys. So it's like 10:30. I'm like, all right, I'm about to get down. And then like right as I'm about to get down, I just hear those pigs are coming. I'm like, oh, here we go. About to smoke one. So I wait another 15 minutes. They start rolling in. And first one pops out. Smoked him. It was a big boy. So I was not worried. I wasn't gonna get it. I wasn't gonna leave it. If I'm being honest, I was just gonna let the Mother Nature see who eats it first. So I smoked it. It goes off. Get out of my stand. I start like walking back towards the golf cart, and I just hear more pigs. So I'm like, all right, I'll go kill another one. So I go about a quarter mile into the woods. I'm just blood tracking the first pig because it's gonna be the same group. And I find him, and then I look up, and they start running across like 35, 40 yards. So I just knock an arrow right quick. Boom, smoked another one. And so they kept running everywhere. So I put another arrow in my actual bow. And so I couldn't ever get one to stop, so I never took another shot. But I still had the arrow in my bow. And so I go to pick up my pig, because it was a good one. It was like 30 pounds, perfect eater. So I go over there and pick it up. And right as I get to it, because I had just shot it 40 seconds ago, it gets up and starts like running off. And I'm like, oh crap. So I start like jogging, kind of like speed walking towards it. And there's a log that was laid out, and I jumped over it. And when I landed, I just pushed the arrow straight into my leg. Right.
So it was like you're
right
not
in the
aware.
calf.
That,
Like I was never thinking about it. I've been hunting since I was 4 years old. Like I was just like, oh, here's this pig. Let me run with my bow like a retard, and jumped right into the calf. So then.
Sorry to interrupt, but did you know it like immediately as it hit your leg? Okay, like this is a serious deal.
No, I
Or
did not.
So you didn't really feel
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it at all. So like literally, I did it, and I was like, oh, dadgummit! Like I got it in my pants, in my nice pants. So I'm thinking I ripped my pants at this point, and so I like try to pull it out, and it kind of hurts. So I'm like, oh my gosh! I was thinking like I poked myself. I was like, freaking poked my leg. So I kept pulling on it, and still kept hurting. I was like, what is going on? So then I like pushed the arrow back to where I could see what was actually going on under there, and blood just started pouring out. And that's when I was just like freaked out. I took like 10 steps, started running, like half stepping with my other leg. Got like 10 yards and then just collapsed, and ended up waking up. I'm sure, I don't actually know the time, but I'm sure it was pretty soon. And there was just a pool of blood around my leg. So I was like, oh crap. Got my phone out, tried to text my dad, no service. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So then I ended up bear crawling about a quarter mile all the way back to my stand, checking my phone every once in a while. Because, well, I actually tried to get up, but every time I tried to stand up, I didn't have enough blood to go to my head, so I just pass out every time. So I crawled all the way back to my stand. It took me like an hour and a half to get all the way back there. And then I was sitting there, and I was just like thinking, do I try to go to the golf cart, which is another 400 yards or whatever, or do I try to crawl at my stand? Because I had a bar of service at the top of my stand when I was hunting. So I was like, I'm just going to try to get up there. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. So I go to the bottom of my stand. I lay on my back for like 2 minutes straight, just like getting my blood flow, like calming down, just like, because I knew as soon as I like stood up, I was on like a timer. Like I only had a certain amount of time. So I get up, and then I just start like going up my stand, like with this leg out, kind of just like pulling myself, and then I'd hinge my hip in between each ladder, and then just pull. So I got all the way up to the top, and then I was like, oh crap. Like that's when it started. I was like, So I was like, how am I supposed to get all the way up here? Because the thing is the arrow is still sticking out right here. So it's just all up in the way. Like every time I move my arm or something, I hit it back into my leg. Back into my leg. It wasn't right. So I ended up just like throwing myself up and just like laying out like a dead person on top of the stand. And so I tried to get service. I'm airplane mode, turned my phone off and on, still couldn't get it service. I don't know how I got service before, and then when I actually shoot myself, I don't have any service. That was kind of unfortunate. So I couldn't get any service, so I just like threw my phone. I was really angry, and just kind of laid there on against the tree, pretty much just like waiting to die. I was just like.
So in your head right at this point, was it a possibility where like?
No, in my head I was certain I was dead.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna. This is it.
Wow.
I was just like laid up against a tree. I was like, I've been hunting by myself since I was 4 or 5. Not by myself, but I'm hunting since I was 4 or 5. Hunting by myself since I was probably 13. Hunting is like all we do in my family. I was like, my dad has never checked on me one time. He's not gonna check on me. He's just gonna.
So like, whenever you thought you were gonna die, like what was going through your head?
I really was not. When I thought I was gonna die was when I first was in the woods. That's sort of the part I don't talk about a lot. But like when I thought I was gonna die was when I first woke up from passing out, and I really like Dawson especially can vouch for this. Like I've never really, sounds really stupid to say, but I've never really been scared of death. Like I'll do stupid things all the time. Like I've done really like stupid things in my lifetime that I'm not gonna talk about. Not like bad things, just like not good for my
Personal health.
Not good for like living, like things you can die from. Because I love adrenaline, love it.
Yeah.
So I was never really like scared of actually dying, but then you start thinking about it in that moment where it's just you out in the woods bleeding out. Like I was like, I got so
It
much.
hits you.
Yeah, I was like, I got so much stuff that I haven't done in my lifetime that I need to do. Like I've been like, I was just like, oh man, I was really mean to my mom last month, or I didn't see my grandma last week. You know, just stuff like that you took for granted because you were like, oh, this could never happen to you. And then it happened to me, and I was like, wow, I got a lot of stuff to do in this life still. So that's when, I laid there for like 20 minutes before I like got up and really started going back because I was like, here we go. This is going to be the end of me. I'm dead right here. And then you really think about it, and you're like, man, I got a bunch of stuff that I got to fix.
So, obviously, grown up hunting and fishing, you know, outdoorsman. Let's focus on baseball. So
No, you still gotta finish how you got saved. How did you save yourself?
Oh,
Finish your
save
story.
myself.
Oh yeah, how is he still here today?
Anyways.
At this point, sorry, Cole's is dead.
I was up in the tree, like literally just like this, just against the tree, because it was a 2-person blind. And so I'm like, our property, let's say this is the house, this is where I am, that's where my dad is. It runs all the way up to right here, and then it splits into a Y and goes that way. And so I hear my dad on the tractor. I hear him coming down. I hear him go right down the Y where back to the house. I'm like, oh, there he goes. And then all of a sudden it stops, and I hear it back up, and I'm like, there's no way. I still didn't believe it. I never believed it until I actually saw him. Like, there's no way he's coming to get me. And then all of a sudden I just hear it slowly getting closer and closer, and I'm like, he's going on the real trail. It's just getting closer to me for some reason, like traveling down the creek or whatever. I was like, I don't know why it sounds like that, but it really sounds like it's coming to me. And then I finally start seeing it through the trees, and I was like, is that really him? So I start screaming. I was like, help, help, help. And he gets out, and he starts running through the woods because he had thought a tree had fell on me, like I'd fallen on my tree stand. Yeah. And I was like, no, bring the tractor. So he comes all the way around, gets the tractor. He's freaking out. Anyways, I just told him, hey, go get the golf cart, come back get me. Let's go to the hospital, we'll be all right. So yeah, I went to the hospital. That was about 45 minutes away, and then they said they couldn't actually do the surgery or whatever they needed to do there, so I had to go 2 hours in an ambulance to Scott and Baylor. I think that's what it's called, to get it out. It was in my leg for 9 hours.
Mm-hmm. Right. So now y'all know the story now. Sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
But obviously, we grew up playing baseball with Colson, and Colson was actually fortunate enough to get a D1 scholarship to St. Peter's University, which actually made it to in basketball Elite Eight. Elite Eight.
Cinderella story. Bracket buster.
I was rooting for them the whole time. Too.
Yes.
How could you not? I mean,
yeah.
What does it mean to you to become a Peacock, and what are you looking forward to the most to play Peacock baseball?
Obviously, like our dreams since growing up, any sport you play is to go to Division I level.
Exactly.
And so when you get that opportunity, it's pretty cool. It's pretty special to get that phone call. So really, I just want to go there. It's going to be culture shock for sure. It's in New Jersey, so I'm going to go there, figure out the way of life, because living in a small town in Texas is a lot different from big city New Jersey.
Yes.
So figure out life there. I'm gonna have to work real hard. I'm gonna try to play freshman year and bust my butt and see what I can do. See how far I can take the game. It's my favorite thing to do.
How'd that call feel? Or how'd you get the offer? What went on?
It's kind of funny how I got the offer, because I went on a visit to New Jersey. I don't know how many months ago, and so I get there. I went on 2 visits. I went to a visit to a school in Maryland, and then drove a couple hours to New Jersey. And so I got the offer from the school in Maryland, so I was like, oh, awesome, that's sweet. So I get to New Jersey, and then I text the coach. I'm like, hey, how do you want to do this? Like, where are we meeting up? I just got here. You want to meet for lunch tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, actually, I can't take you on the visit anymore. School shut down because there was a huge blizzard that came through, so I couldn't even actually see the school. So I've never even met the coach. I've texted him, called him all the time. We stay in touch, but I've never actually met the coach because we weren't allowed to. And I never actually seen the school or like in the facilities or anything besides him send me videos and FaceTimes and all that. So yeah, but New Jersey was cool. They have good pizza, I'll tell you that much. Good pizza.
Is it like pizza down here, or?
No, it's not like pizza. It's like
deep dish?
slices that are like this big, giant slices, thick.
Do you think you're going to be able to get used to the weather up there? I mean,
That's gonna be.
it's going to be a lot colder.
Yeah,
A lot of
today it's
safety
90
jackets.
degrees, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wearing a lot of camouflage. I'm probably gonna look a little weird, sore thumb, but
Yeah.
anything to stay warm.
The one camo dude out
Yeah,
there.
they're all gonna be wearing those nice jackets. I'm gonna be wearing my Sitka.
Cool deal, man. Well, we're obviously excited for you. It's great to see somebody you grew up with, get that phone call and be able to do that. It's crazy, It's every man's dream, for
Yeah,
sure.
Well, I know another hunting thing that Colson likes to do is kill big old bears.
Oh yes, going to Canada. Leaving Sunday, going to Canada for a week. Bear hunt with a bow. Hopefully I don't shoot myself. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be a little difficult to kind of tell the age of a bear. I've been a deer hunter my whole life. I don't really know how to tell a mature bear. I've been watching videos, so hopefully I get the right bear. I don't want to shoot a baby bear. I'd be pretty sad.
Yeah.
But hopefully I get a mature one. But, yeah.
Have you ever done this before? Or is this your first time going up there?
I've been to Alaska. I've never been to Canada. I've had this hunt planned since my sophomore year, and then COVID happened. Obviously, Canada shut down everything, so I haven't been able to go to Canada. So this will be my first time into Canada. I've been way up north. I've been to Alaska and places like that, New Jersey, obviously. So yeah.
You know where in Canada you're going?
I do not actually.
You don't know?
No.
Cool.
I know when I land, I have to drive 9 hours to go to the actual lodge or whatever you want to call it. Place or something.
Are y'all snowmobiling?
I don't know. I don't know how cold it is in Canada. I don't know what the weather's like right now.
So what does this hunt mean to you? Obviously, you've waited 2 years, even more than 2 years.
Yeah.
What is it? How does it feel to finally, okay, we planned this out for so long. It's finally here. Are you has it settled in? The excitement of being able to do this.
Yeah, obviously it's pretty special. Like both of our dads go on big hunts all the time, like elk hunts, bear hunts, mountain lion, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like me kind of stepping up in the big boy ranks of my family, and I get to go on the bear hunt because some of my family, like my uncle and my dad's friends, Justin Holiday. So it's kind of like me stepping up and getting to go on this big, expensive hunt that obviously they're paying for me. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It means a lot.
Are y'all staying in a cabin?
Yes, I think we're staying on some kind of Indian. I think all the people there that are like guiding you and stuff are all Indians. So I don't know if it's an Indian reservation or what the deal is with that, but Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
And you're like hiking. Are there mountains there? Are you gonna be?
Yeah,
like,
that's
hiking?
gonna be difficult because obviously my knee.
Exactly.
Did just-
Another topic. The
Yes.
ACL. So Colson has suffered an ACL tear, and if you wouldn't mind, run us through the recovery of the ACL tear. How hard it is? How hard is it? And
It's no joke. I have Monday, Wednesday, Friday hour appointments with a PT guy in the Woodlands. So I'll drive 30 minutes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually in the morning, so I can do, because you have to get 3 in. I'm supposed to do my PT 3 times a day, so that's 3 hours a day of physical therapy, which is no joke, and especially the first 4 or 5 weeks when you actually can't do anything. The first week is, I said it, when I, like, ACL surgery was worse than shooting myself in the leg. Like, the first week was just awful. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't do anything. It hurts like heck. You can't bend it to get it comfortable. So, you know, but I'm finally starting to, like, actually do, like, workout things. Like, I'm squatting. I'm doing all this.
You can actually move your leg now.
I'm actually being able to, like, work it out, so I kind of feel like it slowly, like, gains your confidence and
You're on the right
like
path.
that. Hey, you're doing this right. You're getting there. It's coming. So I think I'm 6 weeks. So yeah, it's going
6
pretty well.
weeks deep.
Yeah, 6 weeks post surgery.
Nice.
But
nice.
I'm just worried about because I've heard from some people that cold weather does not do good with ACL tears. I don't know if that's because they kind of use like a metal stitching in there
And
and
also-
hooks.
And also, I've heard that people with like shoulder, like arm, and like leg injuries. I'm pretty sure, like whenever something like a storm's coming in or whatever,
Yeah.
they can
You can-
sense it
yeah, that's-
days
I have
before.
heard that. I have.
So I'm kind of worried
So-
about the coldness of New Jersey actually affecting my knee, especially Canada, because I'm going now. I don't know. Those people have all fully recovered. I'm not even half or not even a quarter recovered, so I don't know how that's going to be in my knee. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Got a new segment that I'm coming up with just now. They don't know about this. The Would You Rather segment.
Oh, okay.
I'm a real big Would You Rather
He's
question
a big
guy.
would you rather guy.
You
He
can ask
is.
Dawson,
like it.
Colson, even Jake and Stats. We always come up with these bizarre questions.
Very bizarre. I'll give
Okay.
you that.
Makes your mind work.
Colson,
Yep.
would you rather be able to stop anything from touching you in a 1 foot radius, or be able to grab anything 10 foot away?
Right now, grab anything 10 foot away, because right now it's not easy to actually.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're in bed for a little bit, like your knee gets a little tight. So if I could just like, turn my light off, without really getting out of bed, that'd be nice.
But if you had the stopping one, you wouldn't have the arrow to the leg.
But that's already past tense. That's already happened.
That's past tense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true.
For me, I'd take the stop anything.
Stop anything?
Yes, because as a goalkeeper,
Yeah.
You'd go to the league so fast.
Exactly, man. I'd
Yeah.
be goated.
Awesome.
Think about it. I could be a professional baseball player.
Exactly.
You could.
It'd
You could be a catcher.
basketball.
A catcher? You could be a
Basketball.
catcher. Ooh, you could be a center?
Yeah.
I would say grab because, circling back to the sports thing, me playing outfield, there's some hard hit balls.
Yeah.
If you can
Rob-
grab anything,
Rob a home run.
you
Easy
can
money.
just whoosh, boop, out. Doesn't matter if it's in a gap over the fence. I'm grabbing that thing.
Well, what is only one? What'd you say? 1 foot away.
Yeah. 1
Yeah.
foot away.
So if you're within 1 foot, it's automatic snag.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I feel like we covered a lot of different topics, the key highlights and favorite moments of Colson's life.
We would
Thank
like
you again for coming on the show.
Of course, thank you for having me.
It was an honor.
Thank you for being so open with us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Talking
And
about death. Like, come on,
yeah.
man.
thank you all for tuning in to another No Life Experience show.
Peace
Wow.
out.